Was it your shoes, or... He gave you no answers, simply turning his very red face away from you. You wish you knew what you had done, you wished you knew what had done it. But you could be grateful at least something about your look had. You're so hot right now, you said flirtatiously. Your look is very nice too. Thank you. You felt shy over it. You shrugged. Thanks. Honestly, yeah, you like them anklets, don't you see? That's why he was looking down, because he likes the anklet. Oh man, him and his anklet fetish. Good to know. Okay. Thank you, Crystal, for that tip. Okay, then let's in this situation, I'd be like, dude, you look great. That's what I would say. Your look looks nice too. You glanced over him from head to toe, noticing that his shirt, pants, and shoes were all shiny and new. Very nice indeed. He ducked his head a little to hide his expression, but you need to see it to know that he was pleased that you had said so. Thanks. He then shook his head, glanced back towards the garage, and, throwing a thumb over his shoulder, spoke. Come on, we should, probably get going. Wouldn't want to be late for such a grown-up event, right? Yeah, let's go. You headed over to Cove's car together, hopping in and strapping on your seatbelts. You were on your way, and then a car crash! The event was being held at a place you've never been to before. You brought up the location on your phone to help Cove navigate there. It took some time to find the right address, but once you were there, you're met with the task of finding a park spot. Though you're on time, it seemed like everyone else has already showed up and claimed the spaces. Eventually, you found a suitable place before realizing that it required payment. Cove covered the amount, taking a ticket from the machine and leaving it on the dashboard of the car. I mean, I hate to say it, but he kind of had to. He was driving. Despite the small holdup, you managed to ultimately make it to the event and confirm that you were on the guest list before being shown to the dining room. I gotta admit, this place is nicer than I thought. Like, looking around, like, you got like the double aquariums on both sides, the crystal chandelier. Well, I'm going to use the term chandelier. Those aren't chandeliers, but whatever. Disco party lights. Let's go. Spotlights. I think these are just pull downs or something. Anime name. I was going on a date with my crush, but then I got killed by Trunk Coon. Now I'm a princess. That sounds really accurate. Despite oh, he is okay. So now that he's not in the darkness anymore, it is this is like a dark green, right? I'm colorblind, but this does look like a dark green, like turtle shell. Cove whistled low as he looked around, taking in the extravagance of the room. Chandeliers hung from so it is chandeliers. Chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and the entire place was decked out with beautiful oceanic displays. You were stunned yourself. It was extremely high class, even more so than you already expected. It is dark grayish green. Okay. It's so nice. This is a basic looking event I've been to. Too frilly for me. It's so overdone. It could be worse. You didn't go. Best looking event I've ever been to. Your lips parted in a wondrous smile as you took in the decorations, and the guests all dressed to the nines. Cove met your eyes with a similar look on his face. You got the impression he felt the same way about it all. The sound of Cove's name being called out echoed over the din of the room. When you looked around there were a couple of unfamiliar people coming your way. What'd you stand and give me that look for, Cove? Mildly uncomfortable because you're not talking to me right now. He's eyeing down one of the girls. His upper teeth is showing. They headed over to greet Cove, giving you both a welcoming smile and hello. We're so glad to see you make it, Cove, especially after all the hard work you've done to make this night happen. Of course. Definitely. I wasn't gonna miss it. Oh, this face. This is the face you simp for. All right. I get you. He looks buck teeth. Yeah. It must be 4. Cove has mentioned you. You must be 4. Cove has mentioned you often. It's so nice to finally meet you. It's cute. Yep, that's me. When you looked over Cove for confirmation, you saw he was running his toe along the ground, his face flushed red.
Four and I, we've known each other for a long time, since we were just kids.
That's wonderful. There's nothing like old friends.
Yeah. Cove, we have to thank you for everything you've done for Orca.
Man, okay. Leader 2, that was unprompted. You are literally just flexing for Cove right now. I'm onto your shit. I know it. You're always welcome to come and join in more activities when they come up. You too, 4. Okay, now I know that they're both in on it. They staged this. You too, 4. If you ever decide that's something you're interested, champ. You nodded your head in understanding, giving a small smile. Well, we'd better head off to greet the other guests. It was lovely speaking to you both. Chuckle, chuckle, chuckle. You said your goodbyes, and they faded into the crowd, leaving you and Cove on your own once more. Cove shrugged then, eyes darting around the place in an awkward look.
So, I guess we should talk to more people. There isn't much else to do at an event like this.
You found your way into groups of people who were standing around chatting, while some light music played in the background. Servers with large silver trays were gliding between the guests, offering drinks and canapes. Shanape. I have no idea how to say that word. Shanapes. Canapillas. Canapillas. There you guys are canapillas. Cove approached various people as you wound your way through the guests. He managed broaching new conversation as well. You were enjoying talking to so many different people, both guests and members of the organization alike, and you found yourself enjoying the company. The sound of a microphone crackling came from the podium at the other end of the room. Someone who you assumed must be the host for the evening was asking everyone to sit down in preparation for the meal and speeches. Oh, no, they just kind of tilted the camera slightly right. Okay, cool. You and Cove looked for your table, finding it easily enough by the little name cards that were placed delicately besides the napkins. A few others joined you at the table, though there weren't anyone that you recognized. The host was still speaking as people were settling, starting off the speeches by giving a welcome to everyone attending. The venue looks so pretty. Why? Yeah, I gotta admit, this is actually way nicer than what I was expecting. And you can actually see the cards in question, like, right here. That's a nice little detail. They even folded the napkins like, I guess that'd be shells? It's kind of cute. She went on to provide some information about Orca, which you suppose was for the guests who weren't part of the organization, and the purpose for the fundraiser tonight. Orca's goals, as she explained it, were to aid in the conservation and restoration of oceans and beaches. There were many people who had helped to make groups as successful as it was. When she read off a list of several volunteers who worked on making the event happen, Cove's name was one of the first to come up. His chest puffed out in pride at that. I respect that. You can be a little cocky boy. As she continued on to thank the large donors for the event, you checked over at Cove. He was still grinning happily to himself and tapping his finger over the tops of his knees, pretty pleased to have been mentioned by name. You were excited for him. He had worked so hard to make this event happen. It was the least that he deserved. While the host continued speaking, multiple servers dressed in black were setting the first course of the menu in front of our guests. One of the servers set down a plate in front of you, and you thanked them quietly, before looking over the dish with interest. You recognized the dish as a simple Caesar salad. The host quickly wrapped up the end of her speech, thanking everyone once more before inviting you all to begin your meal. This is actually kind of fitting because Caesar salad actually requires anchovies to make. Just a piece of trivia for you. Anyone who had included a dietary note when signing up for the event received a vegan or vegetarian version. There were also small baskets of bread set around the table. I ate everything. I ate both the salad and the bread. Cove wolfed down his salad before munching on a breadstick, quickly devouring that as well.
I hope the next part comes out soon and is bigger.
Man, you can hear him mumbling to himself as he reached over for another piece of bread. Ugh, relatable. He glanced around the table, and he followed his line of sight with curiosity, noting that everyone else was still eating salad. We are glutton! Let us eat them all! Stopping his hand midair, he quickly pulled back and rested it on his lap without taking another breadstick after all. Oh, so he was about to ask for even more. You a hungry boy. You a hangy boy. It was clear that he was starting to feel unsure of himself. He looked a little out of place here. He folded his arms and turned them away from you.
Hey, did you like the salad?
It was good. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna relate with you. It was too small. I'm still pretty hungry. Sorry, we're not gluttons. We're just fast eaters. Why are they eating so slow? It's just salad. Honestly, I could scarf down a Caesar salad really quick. I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
His gaze remained purposely tunneled on you, as if trying not to even think about what the rest of the table might be doing. Aw, man. You gave him a pat on the hand. Oh, that's so subby-wubby energy. You made silly faces at the other guests when they weren't looking. You discreetly flipped the other. What? That's a choice? You sat there quietly, feeling uncomfortable to yourself. You picked up a bread stick and gave it to Cove. It's okay.
Oh, thank you.
Cove spoke gently as he took a piece of bread from your hand. He looked choking up by your reassurance. He munched away on it happily, seeming much more at ease. It wasn't much longer until the main course was arriving, and the various dyslexia, chicken, steak, and veggie dishes were being served throughout the room. An array of scents wafted through the room, making your mouth water. Oh, heckin' yeah! Give me the steak, baby! It was nice that you've been given the option of how you liked your steak cooked. Medium rare, by the way. And the meal on the plate in front of you seemed perfectly fit to your taste. Cove had gone for the steak, and once he started to dig in, he was completely absorbed by his meal. Stecken, chicken and steak, perfect combo. You're gonna choke if you keep inhaling your food like that. You kicked him under the table teasingly. You flicked something at him when he was off guard. You focused on your own food. 1 or 2, actually. I feel like 2 is the more fun one. You kicked him under the table teasingly. The tips of your toes knocked against his shin discreetly, but enough for him to really feel it. He bolted upright in shock, almost choking on his mouthful of food. The look he gave you was far from impressed, but his eyes still held a glint of amusement. You threw your gaze away from it innocently, as you have done nothing at all. Oh yeah, kicked him and then pretend I'm innocent. Let's go. That's true imp energy. When you peeked to see if you have gotten off scot-free, he rolled his eyes and returned to his meal. You chuckled lightly beneath your breath, and he did the same, thoroughly entertained. Dinner eventually ended, and the last of all was dessert. A lemon sorbet that had been partially dyed blue. The mix of white with bold streaks of blue made the little scoop look like a ball of roaring ocean waves. The effect was very pretty, but the serving size was small. Perhaps it was the price to pay for artistry. You turned to Cove and found him pouting a little at the sides of it. What? I didn't do nothing, said Fort innocently after definitely kicking Cove in the shins. Very true. Also, let's be real. We dropped $150 on this. And yes, I get the steak. That's like $50 of value. Let's be honest. The salad and the breadsticks were probably just complimentary, but you could do a little more for the dessert. Come on. After digging into the dessert, he only took a few bites to polish it off. Again, the other people around the table had barely begun eating. An unimpressed air settled over him as he sat back in his chair, sipping at his water unhappily. We can get more dessert later. You gave him an encouraging slight smile. He looked up at you sheepishly, embarrassed to have been caught sulking over such a thing. He fumbled for a defense. It was just really good, that's all. But now it's gone.
But I'm okay.
With a slight grin, he